There's no rules. This is f***ing stressful, dude. No, there's no stoplights. I don't think I've seen one stoplight at all. And I have no f***ing idea where I'm going. I don't think they have a texting and driving rule. So let's talk about the ride on this Changan. You'll figure it out. Number one, when I'm driving in a vehicle, there's a few things I look for. A solid, comfortable ride that can absorb the road and make you feel good. This Changan does not have any of that. It makes me feel worse, actually. It's like if a go-kart in a fucking little kid's electric Power Wheel vehicle had a baby. That's what I feel like I'm driving. And if I had to give it a fucking review, and 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I would probably give it a -1. Only because I feel like if you take any more away, you just won't be on your feet. So I have a 2022 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. I will say, in comparison to my truck's turning radius, the Changan is a 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Frankly, if I was driving this, I would probably want to turn around and take it back to the dealership. So having a good turning radius is actually good. So the seats actually aren't that bad. They're pretty comfortable if you enjoy having back issues for the rest of your life. There's nothing, I feel like I'm sitting on phone books. The Changan you can buy brand new at the airport, where you also rent them at the Avis for $30,000. And if you do that, you might as well just like file bankruptcy and never pay for this, because it's a piece of shit. I was really excited when I got here in Bonaire. I'm supposed to be driving this Hilux, and surprise, surprise, Changan's here. Needless to say, look, we're going over some bumps. This is a good on-road, off-road test. I think I've herniated a disc. I don't even know where the fuck is the laundry nuts. The Changan's interior comfort and quality is not that good. Number one, which is a huge issue for me, is the dash. Dash is a hard rubber type plastic. Looks like it was purchased from Shein or Temu. The next thing I'd like to point out is this beautiful door panel, which is also the same thing as the dash. Now clearly this thing is built to be rugged and tough, but while the interior may be rugged and tough, the actual vehicle is not. So there's that. I will say the steering wheel is actually not too bad. It's got these good form, function, handle, grip things, so kind of like that. But all in all, air vents are broken. The buttons, I don't know why they put them there. It's really not too user-friendly, and I can't figure out half the stuff that's in here, and there's not much in here. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if I had to rate the interior compared to my truck, I would give it probably a 1. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you rate this Changan 1 to 10?
All right, for safety features, we have brakes, which is probably just because they, the government probably required it to have some sort of brakes. I don't think these brakes are capable of stopping anything. Once again, probably ordered off of Shein or Temu. As far as the lighting, the one thing I will say I was impressed last night we were driving around, it did have, it looked like some LED lights, so that's a big plus. Normally I expected it to have the old halogen lights, so it's pretty impressed by the light. Now, as far as safety, there is some cameras that when you signal left to right, you can see what's on the left or right, which is once again a good safety feature. My truck has that as well, but that's probably as far as it goes. Looks like it has an airbag. This steering wheel though is pretty hard, and I'm not sure whether or not the airbag were to deploy, the plastic from the airbag would smash you in the face. It looks like it would, so I don't know how safe this airbag is, I'll be honest. Windshield looks like it will keep you in the vehicle if you hit it, because the seat belts feel like they may not keep you from flying out. So I'm not too sure why they have seatbelts in this vehicle, but it doesn't feel like they're doing anything, I'll be honest with you. So, as far as safety, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a solid 6.5. I think the cameras really helped, and I think the lighting at nighttime helped. So, you know, with that being said, fairly safe vehicle, but still wouldn't put my kids in it. So the exterior of this truck actually is not bad. I think it's a pretty good design, but it definitely is not made for long-term use, as you can see. So I think I do like the features on those little guard step rails with the little plastic dip or whatever they have on it. Pretty cool. I don't know why I like it, but I do. I think the grille is not bad as well. I like the reverse Acura symbol. Makes me feel like I'm driving an Acura, but when I get in, I realize I'm in a Changan. So, you know, part of me is happy sometimes. The headlights I think are good. Like I said, they have LED headlights with projectors. In solid design. The rims are the rims. I'll just leave it at that. This roof rack is pretty good. Haven't seen many trucks with roof racks in Orlando or where I'm from. So this has these hooks on the bed, which I'm assuming is to strap all your shit in and lock it down when your Changan gets stuck in the middle of the national park here in Bonaire. Which we almost got stuck in the middle of the national park in Bonaire. So, like to take a look-see over. You've got some parking sensors here. They don't really sense much, only that it's a piece of shit truck, and that you probably shouldn't hit anyone because you'll damage the truck way more than you'll damage the other person's vehicle. So, as you can see right here, these logos, they're not even logos. It's like just plastic. Or stickers. They just put stickers on there in large. It's actually really bad. I really think that's a bad design. Everything's rusting out, so clearly this shit isn't made to be in any sort of like water. Tailgate does not stop, so God forbid you have a child underneath there. When you open the tailgate, that child's gonna have some issues if it hits them on the head. This is a steel tailgate. Tailgate doesn't even close when it wants to, and it's all rusted. But all in all, trunk space, pretty standard for a little pickup truck. Give it a solid 10 out of 10 on the trunk space. Overall, I think the exterior features, you know, it's not bad. Pretty standard for a small pickup truck. I'd much rather drive, you know, like a 1989 Honda B2000 than this truck, but, you know. It's not bad. I'll give it a solid 5 out of 10. Going back to the performance and power of this Changan Hunter, I was extremely surprised when we gave that rating. I was actually surprised because I thought it was a regular 4-cylinder. To my surprise, come and take a look at this. I popped the hood open a little bit earlier and I see a little turbo. Now, I've driven a lot of turbo vehicles. When I opened this hood about 5 minutes ago and I saw a turbo vehicle, I was even more surprised that this was so fucking bad. So I'm gonna revise my 3.5 score, and because this has a turbo, I have higher expectations for it. I'm gonna give this a solid 1.2. The only reason I'm not giving it a solid 0 is because it turned on, got me around the island, and got me to this location to drop it off. So I'm really actually thankful that it works. But overall, the performance of this vehicle is horrible. It's a 2.4 liter turbo, and I in no way in the world expected this to have a turbo on it. And super surprised, but yeah, horrible in drivetrain. So overall, value for the money on this vehicle, you gotta take two different approaches. I think for the US market, this is absolute trash. The amount of money you spend on this from what we saw that it sells for, which we'll find the price and put it in somewhere in the video, you could probably get a used Toyota 4Runner and it'll outperform this in a million times over. Now, for Bonaire though, I mean, these cars are all over, and I think it does a pretty decent job in navigating the island. We took it through some pretty rough terrain earlier today, and it did fairly well. So it's not the best, it's not the worst. This ain't a Land Rover, it's not an Escalade, it's a Changan. The rating overall, value for money, in Bonaire, I'll give it a 7. In the US, like 0.5. I'd rather drive like a CRX 4x4. So although this car sucks, Bonaire does not. And I would totally recommend coming to check it out, especially if you're into scuba diving and or water sports like windsurfing. Clearly I'm too big for windsurfing, so I just go with the turtles and shit because that's where I belong. You know, Bonaire is amazing. The marine life here is something I've never seen before. And I think it's an amazing place to come and visit, check out the beautiful landscape and the different culture from what we see in Florida all the time. So come check it out, put it on your bucket list, and come see some beautiful marine life. So the overall score of this vehicle is not good. We're gonna put it down here. I don't even want to add it up because it's not worth the time. But I will tell you, yes, we left the rental place and we returned, but I think a rental car should be a little bit more enjoyable, and a vehicle in itself should be more enjoyable. So all in all, the vehicle sucks. You know, if I offend anyone with this video, we're just joking around and having a little bit of fun, but no, I'm not joking, it really does suck. So the overall rental experience was not bad. We walked right out of the airport, walked right into the rental car place, got our car. I was pretty upset that I didn't get a Toyota Hilux, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna hold that against Avis too much. Actually I am. We had to redo this video, and now that I've had time to think about this again, the fact that I didn't get a Toyota Hilux, I'm pretty pissed off even more now that I'm back here. So I'm actually going to give this a 3. The rental experience is a 3. They got good AC inside, which is great because the airport doesn't have AC. But solid 3. Avis, step your game up. Get Hiluxes or Frontiers or something. Don't use these Changdangs. Stop selling the Changdangs out of the rental car company place. You shouldn't be able to buy a new car and a rental car at the same place. Like,